generations. It's the 2025 UEFA Nations League final between Portugal and Spain.
Roberto Martinez making a couple of changes coming into this final. Two players that came off the bench in the semifinal and made a big difference. They both get the start. One of them being Vitinha, the Champions League winner with PSG. And on the left-hand side, Conceição, who had that wonderful goal, his second goal in the Portuguese shirt at just 22 years of age. He gets the start. The man up front, 40 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo, on the score sheet once again with 137 goals. On the other side for Spain, a couple of changes for them. Mingueza comes in at right back for Pedro Porro, just his fourth appearance for Spain. Zubimendi, Pedri, and then Fabian Ruiz, the experienced player on the field for Spain at just 29 years old. The PSG man who also won the Champions League. Up front, unchanged. Nico Williams on the left, Lamine Yamal off that two-goal performance on the right-hand side, and Oyarzabal up front.
We are 3 days away from being 1 year out of the World Cup next summer back home in North America. And so there is an opportunity for both of these teams to send a message to the globe that they intend to be considered favorites to win that World Cup. And one of these teams will walk out of here a two-time champion of this competition. The UEFA Nations League final is underway. Both teams like to wear red. Portugal are the nominal home team. That's why Spain changes to yellow. Faz História. That's the tagline from Portugal right now. Make history. They won the inaugural Nations League title in 2019. That gave his team. And he's going to take the ball off Lamine Yamal. A lot of talking to come between those two. Hands it off, Pedro Neto. Waiting for the support. Neto, can he get a cross away? Second chance at it, Neto sends it in. And that took a deflection. It's out for a Portugal corner.
Now, there's a lot of talk about Spain's ability in transition, but don't discount this Portuguese team. Between Neto and Conceição on the other side, they have such an ability when they win the ball back as well to go the other way.
Switch it up. Conceição will come out to it now. Play short for Bruno Fernandes. He'll hook this one in. Body down on the deck. And that bouncing shot is wide. That would have been a fascinating VAR review had that gone in the back of the net.
Oh, wow. What an opportunity for João Neves off of what was clearly a worked set piece. Bottom of the screen, yeah. I don't think that would have been a foul had that come back. It's Bernardo Silva getting tangled up with Fabian Ruiz, lays it back. João Neves has so much time to think about that when he ends up trying to hit it into the ground, just trying to stay on top of it. But Roberto Martinez
for Yamal. Little outside of the foot cross, just too tall for Housen. And Nico Williams alert to prevent any sort of a counter. Still, Lamine Yamal takes contact just outside the box. Sandro Scher right on top of it. A stern look as well as he gives Spain this free kick.
But you get a look at part of what makes Lamine Yamal so good. Loses the ball initially, stays with it, uses his strength, bounces off Nuno Mendes. Dangerous tackle, by the way, from Bernardo Silva, who goes sliding in inside the box. Then the second challenge comes outside.
Pedri, the fake. Here comes Lamine Yamal over the bar. Here, it's clipped long. Nico Williams, great control. João Neves trying to recover. Williams into the middle. It's Pedri, and it ends up wide.
Just a great recognition here from Spain. Very patient in the possession. Pedri was high, Vitinha was with him. They can't get pressure on the ball. So Housen then sees the high back line, plays it right over the top, finding the speed of Nico Williams. He attracts two defenders, so inevitably that leaves somebody open. And it was
Nico Williams. Can he chase it down, keep it in play? Yes, he can. João Neves once again defending Nico Williams, cutting in Nico Williams! That was online. It was hooking. It ends up just high.
Another great, intricate, patient move from Spain. 1-2 touch, shift the point of attack. Neto's trying to get on the end of this one, but Portugal could do with a spell of just keeping the ball, trying to settle the game down a little bit.
He wanted a free kick for a high boot there, as bro. Great touch, Oyarzabal. Zubimendi running through, options either side. It's out for Lamine Yamal. Yamal clipping it in. It bounces right in front of goal. It's still loose and stabbed home. Spain
And you get a look at just how quickly they cut you open. Zubimendi starts it deep. Slow possession ball, one into Oyarzabal, a little flick around the that little ball. Zubimendi continuing his run, gets out wide to Lamine Yamal, who then just puts it into a dangerous area and allows the Spanish bodies to go up and attack it. Here they have now 3 in the box against 2. It's chipped up. It's just knocked down. João Neves tries to clear it and ends up clearing it right to the feet of Zubimendi. Ruben Diaz doing all that he can. I don't think Oyarzabal touched him enough to put him down to the...
Coutinho just able to keep it. Bernardo Silva trying to play through for Ronaldo. Is he onside or not? We'll find out in a moment. Cristiano Ronaldo draws 3 Spanish players and hands it back out for Pedro Neto. The flag stayed down the whole time. Neto into the middle. Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes! What a response! Portugal's left back ties the game!
Well, the big question is going to be, is Ronaldo on or offside here in the build-up? Oh boy, that is tight. We have semi-automated offside that'll get another look at that one, but what a goal it ends up being for Nuno Mendes for his first ever goal for Portugal. The 22-year-old coming forward, little drop of the shoulder, and a laser into the far post. And after this goal goes in, the Portuguese players, after they celebrated, they went over to the linesman here on the near side, and they were having conversations about the flag. I think there'll be some conversations about whether the attack. Then Nuno Mendes came up and scored an absolute screamer.
Dyson of Switzerland is the video assistant referee. He's got some very, very experienced assistant VARs who have confirmed the goal.
Came on.
Goal number 1 in game 37 overall for Nuno Mendes. Statistically, should... Neto gives it away. Fabian Ruiz. Back for Lamine Yamal now. Yamal clipping it up. Nico Williams trying to get it at the end of it. He does. Diogo Costa was late getting there. Decision on the field as that was onside the whole time. He just missed. He just clean, not a foul. It's a turnover. It's Lamine Yamal. Yamal deflected effort, trying to curl the shot. Williams looking to get there first. Neves wins the header. Cucurella gets it down. Great touch, Oyarzabal. Williams to the byline. Ruben Diaz able to slow him up, turn around, and an important interception there by João Neves, who then is chopped down by Oyarzabal.
Okay, that should be a yellow card. I'm not sure how that one is not. I'm all for letting the game go, and especially a game of this intensity. That's a yellow. That's a yellow. So Oyarzabal of the management of the game. So I would imagine you're going to see the next one as a yellow. So
that one's not a foul.
There, no foul.
Pedri the other way for Spain in transition. Pedri, Oyarzabal!
You can see the Portuguese players around the referee again. There's going to be a question about whether this was a foul in the build-up that led to the goal in this quick transition from Spain, but how quickly they cut you apart. Oyarzabal, I just talked so much about his movement. See, I don't think that's waiting for that ball outside of the foot. Look at the timing there as it comes across, gets his body in front. That means Ignacio can't make a foul. And then it's just an instinctive finish off his toe, poking it in the back of the net. Look at this. Diogo Costa trying to cover the near post, doesn't want to go down too early in case of the chip, and it just rolls in. We got a lot to talk about in the second half.
What a first half it has been. And we'll send you to Rob Stone in Los Angeles for the thoughts of our crew. 45 minutes down, 45 to go in the UEFA. And as we sit just past 10 p.m. local time on a very cool Sunday evening, temperature in the low 50s here in Munich, but a terrific atmosphere, a high-paced game, and a second half on the way in this UEFA Nations League final. Can Spain win this tournament for a second time? Can they lift a trophy for a third straight summer? Can Portugal lift a trophy for a third time in their history and make real history in what's been historically a one-sided rivalry with their Iberian neighbors? Second half is underway. Can the double switch for Portugal? No changes for Spain. What are you looking for here? And Yamal head and hands, because he knew if Pedri could take that clean, he was in and running. It's a great control by Bruno Fernandes. The flag is up for offside. So we'll have to see if that goal stands or not.
Yeah, the flag was up straight away. There's Bruno Fernandes, yeah. That second touch as he lays it off to Neto around the corner. It was a strange play.
Fabian Ruiz making the run. Ooh. Lovely skill, Nuno Mendes to get around Yamal.
He's so good. Nuno Mendes, so tempt himself. That's the skill check from Nuno Mendes. It's been a fun battle.
Mingueza in for Pedri. Fabian Ruiz pushed away. Diogo Costa and Semedo first there. First save of the night for either goalkeeper. All three shots defending of late. Great move on the outside. Nuno Mendes again. Mendes into the box, deflect across. Ronaldo! What was that we were saying about his age?
And that's why he's on the field. Big game player, performs on the biggest stage, and produces again. But all the work is done here. Mingueza comes inside because Neto finally drops deep. But it's the 1v1 ability of Nuno Mendes, and he just puts it into a dangerous spot. It pops up, and that's why he is on the field. Doesn't need to touch the ball deep if you can get him the ball in and around the box, because that's where he's best. And his second goal now in the Nations League finals, and Cristiano Ronaldo ties it up for Portugal. 2-2, 138th international goal. He says, I know where it was going. And even after the celebration was saying, calm down, one more, let's get one more.
Forgot to get... That's going to fall for Pedri. Pedri looking to run in. Pedri forced to cut it back again. Pedri blocked. Great recovery. Nuno Mendes out for a corner.
Nuno Mendes has been one of the best players on the field. Spain taking it short.
Pedri back for Yamal. Lamine Yamal hooks in the cross. Diogo Costa there with a punch. Coutinho doesn't have many options. Out for Pedro Neto. Cucurella, that's a foul. Nuno Mendes, frozen rope for Bernardo Silva, who cuts it in for Bruno Fernandes. Deflected cross, ends up in the arms. Pedri, all the way out to Williams. Semedo and Bernardo Silva to help. Williams driving in. Nico Williams. And Diogo Costa felt comfortable enough there.
I think he felt more comfortable than the Portuguese fans who were watching this one come off his foot, but
Bernardo Silva. Spain preparing substitutions of their own.
It's got an overlap.
Bernardo Silva. Nelson Semedo. Simon got his body behind it, is able to collect.
That's a good attack. Bernardo Silva knew he had.
Semedo awaits. Williams. Across for Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal! Right at Diogo Costa.
Well, you saw instantly he had Ruben Neves defending him for the first.
In winning the Champions League, 3 Portuguese players, regular starters, a big part of it. Out here tonight. Here's Rafael, 1v3, gets it away, back post. Cucurella kept it away from Semedo. It's out for a Portugal corner.
You said it, 1v3. Spain recognized the danger that Leao brings, so they quickly come out to help Mingueza. He recognizes that as well, so he gets the ball off his feet. Great looking ball.
Zubimendi charging forward, tripped up, plays on. Zubimendi, that's Isco. Isco! Save! Diogo Costa and out for a corner.
He looks fit to me. What a save. Isco 20 yards out, no pressure at all, bending that ball towards the net, and Diogo Costa.
Third save there for Diogo Costa. He had 4 saves in the semi-final. Zubimendi holds it in. Isco, Oyarzabal, is he onside or not? Oyarzabal popped in the air, cleared off the line acrobatically. Flag comes up for offside.
Well, this will be interesting. The offside flag did go up, but did a player at the top of the screen keep Oyarzabal onside? No. The answer is no, so that would not have counted, although what a clearance from Vega. He's going to smash it.
Bruno Fernandes, Simon, flying punch. It bounces out off of Renato Vega for a goal kick.
Yeah, you could just see how he was shaping up to that. Focus on the ball, only one thing in his mind. Can I...
Lamine Yamal. And that is the end of normal time. Twice Spain have taken the lead, twice Portugal a punch back, but they're going to play extra time without Cristiano Ronaldo. Extra time to come next here in Munich.
Both teams end up trying to play with control, but really not giving anything away. You don't want to make a mistake. You want to try to have possession of the ball, make the other team run. And do we get a moment of individual brilliance? It has been a quiet night for Lamine Yamal. He was involved in...
Back out for Rafael Leao. Lamine Yamal doing the defensive work. Nuno Mendes has a goal tonight. Gets it on the return. Nuno Mendes cuts it in. Semedo! It ends up wide.
What a chance. And it's Nuno Mendes at the heart of it again, and it's down Spain's right. And I see Pedro Porro coming on. It's not a surprise to me. I think he's going to come on for Mingueza, but once again, Nuno Mendes picks it up, but he turns it over.
Zubimendi holds off Bruno Fernandes. Zubimendi out for Lamine Yamal. Nuno Mendes going to come defend him. Yamal, Isco, Lamine Yamal, Isco hooking it in. Oyarzabal kept away from it. Baena sends it back. Claratoli as far as Cucurella, who puts it up over the bar.
I praised Dean Housen on the Spanish side at center back, but Ruben Diaz has been immense from Spain. But Spain have actually been hesitant to press, to open up, and they pressed and they've opened up.
Nuno Mendes from Rafael. Portugal flying forward. Nuno Mendes! Nuno Mendes! Does he go down to the box? There's no penalty on the field. And now we've got a fight breaking out behind the play.
Well, Leao grabbed somebody by the neck within that. The Portuguese players' benches are clearing right in front of us. I mean, what a run from Nuno Mendes. I thought maybe he'd taken one too many at the end and should have hit it from the exact spot that he scored in the first half. But it was hard for me to see.
Hollander hits that pass. Bruno Fernandes, Gonzalo Ramos, great layoff. Rafael, he's been trouble since coming on. Rafael just broken up at the last moment by Pedro Porro, recovering defensively, out for a corner.
Now go back to the semi-final. The subs changed the game for Roberto Martinez.
Coutinho runs away. Nuno Mendes runs away. Bruno Fernandes clipping it in. Nuno Mendes trying to get back in front. It rolls all the way through, and it's At least as far as Pedro Neto. Semedo's header. Unai Simon was there. Offside flag came up in the chaos.
Well, they got the look they wanted on the first one. This is the second.
Fernandez, but it came right back to Lamine Yamal, right at Diogo Costa, who makes his 4th save of the game. Bruno Fernandez picks up the second ball. Rafael into the middle, no one there in a red shirt. And the referee will just end the first half of extra time to go to penalties, and Mikel Merino won it for him. So you can't drop your guard at all. 15 more minutes to go before that potential penalty shootout. Second half of extra time is underway. So we came in saying this was the battle of the generations. It was Ronaldo against Yamal.
Leao once again is growing, but Pedro Porro doing a good job winning the ball back.
Porro's trying to catch him off his line, and it ends up over from midfield. Diogo Costa for a moment was in a complete panic as Pedro Porro tried to get him.
Wow, love the idea.
Ruben Diaz will open up outside of him. Ruben Diaz, chance to cross, bodies crashing, Jota's headers over the bar, out for a goal kick. That may well be all.
Well, they got a good look. They had 3 players at this back post, Bruno Fernandez being one, Jota the other. He attacks it well. He had Rafael just behind him, hunting to try to...
We could have asked, and a penalty shootout will decide the trophy between Portugal and Spain, who finished tied at 2 through 2 hours of play, and the penalty shootout to come from Munich next.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Robbed against Unai Simon, a terrific penalty record. Gonçalo Ramos, leading off for Portugal, has twice made in penalty shootouts for his club this spring. And Ramos scores to lead it off for Portugal.
That's the way to start. There was a huge cheer at the coin flip for which side these penalties were going to be taken. It was in front of the Portuguese fans. And it's Portugal who start. Ramos hammering it down the middle. Close
for Spain, including in March. And Merino, as he did in March, leads off with a good penalty.
You can feel his composure, takes that deep breath, settles himself, runs up. There's that deep breath just to reset, and then gets Costa to go the other way.
Boy, all that casual walking up just beyond the fingertips.
That's what he does every time. Just has this slow walk up, and a lot of times he tries to wait for the goalkeeper to go and then roll it the other way. That time he saw that Simon wasn't biting, and so he picked his spot, comes across.
We're going to lose. And he makes this one as well.
Well, 4 terrific penalties to start. Nobody showing signs of being fazed by the moment right now, as they're taking penalties to win a title. And
Ronaldo.
it's a captain of a nation right now stepping up while his captain can only look on, sending up the prayers, whatever it takes. And Bruno Fernandez
out of the shootout. And Diogo Costa got fingertips to it, but Isco delivers.
Yeah, he had a little stutter as he came up to strike this one. And Costa had sensed the way his body was shaping up, and he went the right way.
Some great penalties.
Not a goalkeeper in the world saving that one. 22 years old, had one of the games of his life, coming off the back of winning the Champions League. You think he's fazed by the moment? There's your answer. Top corner. What a penalty. He just never looked confident as he was walking up to this one, Morata. Went as soon as the whistle went. Couldn't wait to get up. The anxiety, the nerves.
Of them. He's never taken a penalty for his country. He can win the Nations League final for Portugal with this kick. Yes!
Heartbreak for Spain, but tears of joy.